crafty friend, it's Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft my world stands still. Today I'm going to walk through a bit of a process video here where I am showing my Craft Roulette card for the week. I've been making cards for Craft Roulette for quite some time now, and they have a great new feature on their website that is kind of like a referral thing. And if you want to try Craft Roulette and you use the link that I have in the description, it just gets me a little bit of like a fun bonus. It's not going to like pay me at all or anything, so don't worry about that. Everything is free. You can totally be part of Craft Roulette for free if you want. But I do have a link that tells you what Craft Roulette is. It shows some of my submissions. They are so great with technology over there that it just looks so incredibly professional. So thanks to Craft Roulette team for the behind the scenes and making that look fantastic. So if you have any questions about what Craft Roulette is, check out that link. And if you already know, let's just dive right into the card. But if you have any questions regarding Craft Roulette, I'd love to ask them after you check out that link. So this week, still got the pencil bookmark here. It was episode 297, and the project was a holiday card. Colors were forest, element was toys, random was wonky, and the guest was Sandy. So this was kind of a fun little mix-up of parameters, and dare I say they were wonky. I really kind of leaned into the whole holiday thing, and the holiday that I'm choosing to celebrate with my card is New Year. Now I went ahead and did a sketch of the sheet load of cards from Crafty Al for this month. I thought that that's what I was going to use, although I went back to my printed pieces from Crafty Al, and I have a binder of all of the fantastic sheet loads. And now I'm not going to show the entire sheet load because I think it is, it's important to check out her channel as well. But this is the sheet load that I was pulling from. So this is from October of this last year. So check out Crafty Al's channel. I'll link it down below as well. But basically it gives you like a recipe to make a whole bunch of cards. And that is the stack you see here. I've went off the deep end and really took these parameters into heart, and I wanted to make something special for the people that are on the design team that I'm going to be a design team coordinator for. So if you're on the design team for Pajama Crafter Stamps for 2026, goodbye. Leave the video because I don't want to spoil any surprises for you. But if not, here we are. So I will show you what I have made so far. I have one left. I figured that I would put that together this morning on camera for you, but I just want to show you a quick little look through. I kind of was a bit of a weirdo, and I went to the team's headshots and profile pictures and colored this little stamp to look like the people. I hope it looks close enough to some people, but you know, different hair colors, different eye colors, just tried to make it a little more personable. But the sheet load is really cool because it stands up. Check this out. Look at that. It stands up. And now you might be wondering, well, where do you write? Okay, well, you can do that easily. All you need to do is take a panel that is A2 size, right? And you have a couple choices. You can make this flat and then glue this panel down so this little section in the front kind of pops up still, and it still will hold. Or you can secure it to one side, and then it does kind of create a bit of a square project, which is kind of fun. Or you can write your little message in here, and that's what I'm going to do for this because I'm going to mail it to all the gals on the team, and I didn't want this to be too thick and fat of a card because, you know, postage. So the plan for me right now is just to write a little something there and send it off, which is again why I did not do a big chunky sentiment, although it kind of kills me because I love a big chunky sentiment. But I digress. Well, shall we put the last one together and talk about some of the products I used on these projects, I think yes. Okay, well, the star of the show is obviously the sentiment or the stamped image here. And this is from Unstoppable Stamps from Pajama Crafter Stamps. Has this great little character here, and then the stamp is paired with 6 sentiments that are all very inspiring. And I went ahead and used the one word of the year, unstoppable, to have that New Year's parameter hit there. And then this die, which is a little speech bubble, that is from Spellbinders and Kelly. So that is this one right here. I really love these. They are in my die cutting go-to basket, so they're never far away. And then the circle that I used is the Fluted Classic Circles from Spellbinders. This is a retired die set, but guess what? You can still use it because it is still functioning. Isn't that cool? I wish this was for sale. This is my favorite circle die of all time, but you know, Spellbinders, if you're listening, bring this one back. Please, please, please. It's so good. Okay, anyway. Now the numbers to hit that 26 mark. These are from the classic Pooh cutting dies. This is the alphabet and numbers and more. What's the and more? Well, it's the symbols here. But this is a great little alphabet die. I love an alphabet die because you can write whatever you want as a sentiment, opposed to just using whatever the die or stamp comes with. So kind of pairing that together. And then the patterned paper I'm using, the flowered pieces, I was kind of targeting that forest look with the greens and the blues and the purples and such. Purple and blue, if you did not know, weird science lesson for you here today. Mushrooms can be completely rainbow. Isn't that weird? It's super weird, but it's super real. Super. So yeah, there's tons of different colors for mushrooms, and mushrooms grow in the forest. Now this paper is from Paper Rose. It is gorgeous. And yes, I did die cut and chop into a bunch, but using the sheet load of cards really helps me use as much of that gorgeous pattern paper as possible and not waste any, because I don't like to waste any pattern paper. But I also don't think it's great to just buy it and hoard it. I mean, if you want to be a collector of all of the crafty things, that's great. But I personally want to use the crafty supplies that I buy. You know, to each their own. But this paper kind of had these bluish, purpley pink tones to the flowered panel areas here. And I pulled from some watercolor patterned paper. Now this is from the ever crazy popular Hobby Lobby. And if you followed my channel, you know how I feel about Hobby Lobby. Good, not great. We'll just put it that way. Okay. And then this blue cardstock I've had in my stash from forever. I remember crafting with this as a kid. I don't know why, but my mom had a ton of this specific shade of blue cardstock from Stampin' Up. And then this is that Hobby Lobby pattern paper I was talking about. And then the card base itself, I love a chunky cardstock. I don't know. I like it nice and thick, especially because this is not just like a card. It's hopefully going to be something that they can kind of like pop up and hopefully look at. I don't know. So I used 120-pound cardstock for the white section. Isn't that crazy? Now, if you want to know the dimensions and like where to score and the dimensions for these pieces, like I said, check out Crafty Al. Her channel is hot and poppin' and full of inspiration. So definitely check that out. I love her sheet loads, by the way. Something that is new, a new concept to me in 2025 as we kind of get ready to close out the new year. And I'm excited that I kind of discovered her sheet loads this year because I have been able to batch a whole bunch of cards like this and spread the love, which is kind of like my why behind card making, is for one, for others, but also for me. The for others is just spreading like happiness, you know, and making someone smile or feel seen or heard with a card. And then for me, it's all about the mental health, honestly. Crafting gives me calm. Not to mention the amazing friendships and connections that I've made since starting card making. Isn't that cool? And yes, I did write who was who on the back. So this is Carrie. So hi, Carrie, if you're watching. Okay. And then this one, I did stamp out the sentiments with Distress Oxides. And this one was, I'll grab the name of it, but it is this like kind of foresty looking green color. It's called Bundled Sage. And then the blue sentiments that I used were Stormy Sky. Isn't this one cute? It's Tiffany, and she has blue and purple hair in real life. So I tried to kind of tie that in. And then this kind of beigey craft color paper here is from Pajama Crafter Stamps. And I do find that that paper is very, very cool to work with because it has these little speckles of almost like a fiber inside it. And it just kind of changes depending on what's around it. And that sounds a little goofy, but I tell you, you put it next to some of these blue tones and it really brings out like the cool gray tones in the paper. And then if you put it next to some like reds and oranges, it just looks very warm and it just kind of works with lots of different color palettes. So I like it, and it's kind of a fun neutral to have around. So I will link that paper and all the other things that are still available to grab if you are interested. But let me know what you think, and what would be super cool is if you head over to the Pajama Crafter Stamps YouTube channel after this video and subscribe. I know I'm not I'm not above asking for that for this company because I really, really, really think that 2026 is the year for Pajama Crafter Stamps to kind of like boom. And we have a great video team over there. We have a great blog team as well. So check out the YouTube channel, check out the blogs on Pinterest, Instagram, all of the fun things. And they actually even have a free fun fold book. What? Yes. All you have to do is go to their website, and I'll put in the little description about how to get that free fun fold book. But chances are, if you've watched all the way into this video at this point, you like craft roulette and you probably enjoy a fun fold or two. So check out that free fun fold book. All right. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Right now, I'm filming this on the Tuesday before Christmas break. I have a couple more days left of kindergarten. I am holding on for dear life, praying for all the patience in the world and for all the sugar to stay far, far away. But life update, the Christmas program was wonderful. The children did fantastic. Extremely proud of them. And then we did have a field trip to an orchestra performance, which was also very sweet and very entertaining. So that's the life update. I hope everyone has a safe and healthy week, and we'll see you next week. Bye, crafty friend.